Right, let's get started then. So we're going to stand with the feet hip distance apart, standing nice and upright. Okay, take your slippers off, Sarah. Okay, so spreading the toes out wide, you're just going to rock gently forwards and back through the feet, up onto the toes, back onto the heels, keeping the ankles as stable as you can. And we'll take a little roll of the ankles in and out, and then root the feet firmly down. Just drop the weight into your heels, into the balls of the feet, and then just tilt the pelvis gently forwards and back. Just get a little stretch out in the lower back, and find that neutral position just in the centre. Hold it nice and steady from there, and we'll stand up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back, and changing direction. And then just drop the shoulders down, make the neck feel nice and long, lifting up through the crown of your head. And just feel that you're pulling in a little bit through the belly button towards your spine, lifting up through the pelvic floor, so you're feeling strong in your core. Just take a deep breath in, lifting the arms up. And exhale the arms down with a slow exhalation. So inhaling up in through the nose, and then exhaling either through your nose or your mouth, whatever feels comfortable for you. And as we're exhaling and bringing the arms down, just turn the palms upwards and squeeze your elbows into your sides. So you can really feel the muscles in your back working. So really helping to strengthen the back and open the front of the body. So it's kind of the reverse of what we often do throughout our day. So we're normally sort of leaning forward with things. So really opening up the front of the body, contracting through the back. One more big circle. Nice deep breath, and then we're going to hold your hands together behind your back. So interlace the fingers and then stretch your arms away and take a gentle back bend. So lifting your chest and looking up, just stretching the arms back, deep breath in, and then exhale, sweep your arms in front of you now. Just going to lower your head and then sway your arms a little from side to side, or a bit of a sideways figure of 8. So you can really get a nice stretch behind the shoulder blades. And then just start stretching the arms higher and higher, reaching up, and then slide your hands behind your head and really try and squeeze your elbows back as far as you can. So keeping your head nice and upright. Again, squeezing into your core. Just going to take a breath in as you lean to the side, and then exhale as you pull back up to the centre and to the other side. So inhale down, exhale squeezing up to the centre. And again, inhale to lower, exhale squeezing in. So each time you're coming up to the centre, feel that you're getting a little bit taller, and those core muscles are pulling you in. Let's try it one more time each way. And back to the centre. Just release the arms down. Just going to take a little twist to the side so that your arms float around your body. Turn to look over your shoulder, and you can just step from foot to foot, make it more comfortable. Just feel that gentle twist in the spine, letting everything flow. And back to the centre. Good. So check the feet are still hip distance. You can take a squat position. So inhale as you squat back, reaching your arms forward, and then exhale as you pull back up to standing. So inhale, dropping down. Exhale, squeezing up. And I'll just turn to the side so you can see that I'm keeping my back at the same angle the whole way through. It's just that bend coming from the knees and the hips. So really warming up through the lower body here, mobilising the joints and getting those big muscles in the thighs and glutes warmed up. Lovely. Very nice position. Okay, now to make it a little trickier, as you push up this time, can you raise a leg up in front and just balance there for a moment on one leg? So inhale down, exhale, and hold. Lovely. So trying to keep your body as upright as you can, and just taking that leg up as high as you're able to keep your body upright. So if it means you're leaning back, you might want to keep the leg a bit lower. So keep your body nice and strong, upright, as you lift a leg. Once more with each leg. Lovely. And release, just shake out the legs when you finish that last one. We're going to bring the feet in together. Another little standing balance coming up. So again, just rock through the feet, make sure you're feeling rooted down. And we're going to lightly lift one foot away from the floor, trying not to let your body sway to the side. So it might help just to tap the toes down and up a few times just to get that balance, so there's no difference in your posture as the foot comes off the floor. We're going to squeeze that leg a little higher towards your chest. And while it's here, we'll circle that ankle. And then hold on to the ankle, slide the leg behind you, knees in together, and bring your heel towards your bottom. You might want to take your arm out for balance. Lovely. So really try and take that knee back and tilt the hips forward so you feel that stretch on the front of the thigh. And we're working our core to stay nice and balanced. Now see if you can lift that knee back up in front and extend the leg forward. Lovely. Keeping your body nice and upright, and then gently lower it back down. You might want to shake out the legs. We're going to do it all on the other side. So start with the feet together, feeling stable, just lightly lifting the toes away from the floor, checking that there's no difference in your posture, and then we'll circle that ankle. Now it helps to press your big toe down into the floor to help keep your balance, as well as pulling your tummy in. Okay, let's lift that knee up a little higher, squeeze it up towards your chest, keeping your body nice and upright. Now down, and then we'll hold on to the ankle, slide the leg behind you. Use that arm for balance, or hold on to something if you need to. The knees together, heel to bottom. Maybe we can start taking that knee even further back, tilting the hips forward. See how that feels. Deepening that stretch on the front of the thigh, staying lifted, using your core, and then see if you can gently take that leg in front of you without leaning back. Excellent. Lovely. Slowly lower that leg back down again. Shake out both legs. Now we're going to stand at the back end of your mat with the feet again hip distance. Set off this heat so it's getting a bit warm now, that's good. Okay, so standing nice and upright, just going to take a gentle lean back, looking up, take a breath in here. As you exhale, we're dropping your head down, soften the knees, we're going to roll gently down through your spine. So if there are any issues with your back, you might want to just hold on to your legs, otherwise just let your arms hang gently down. Go as far as you feel comfortable. You can take a little sway to the side, just let everything shake out and release. On the shoulders, nodding and shaking your head. And then we're going to roll slowly back up. So squeeze your core in tightly, navel to spine, lifting the pelvic floor as you roll all the way back up to standing. And we'll go again. So inhale, leaning gently back. And exhale, dropping your head down and starting that roll smoothly down through the spine. Maybe even drop a little deeper into it this time. And feel free to bend the knees as much as you want to, just to let your body hang effortlessly. So just hanging with gravity. All about the spine at the moment. We're going to do plenty of stretching for the hamstrings as we go on. Okay, now this time, take your hands flat to the floor in front of your feet. So you may need to bend the knees quite deeply to get them there. Just going to draw your shoulders back with chest forward, looking forward, and then start walking your hands forward to plank position. So stop when your hands are under your shoulders. So keep the fingers spread wide so you're taking the weight evenly through the hands. Keep your body nice and straight. And if that feels too much, you can do the same thing from the knees. Otherwise, we'll stay nice and lifted. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Think about pushing the floor away so you're not sinking into the shoulders. And then we'll lift the hips up high, making a strong triangle shape, our downward dog position. And then start walking the hands back in towards your feet. Bend the knees whenever you need to. And roll your way back up to standing. Lovely, let's do that again. Inhale, leaning back. And exhale, gently rolling down. Stretching the back of the body, taking the hands straight down to the floor. Looking forwards, walk forwards. Keep the pelvis as stable as you can. And find that plank position. So holding it strong. Now, again, you can drop the knees down if you want, or we'll say from here, we're going to try the mountain climb. We're going to squeeze our knees close towards the hands, so tuck the knees in, and try to keep your hips as steady as you can as you do that. So if you want to take the knees down, you can tuck a knee in each time. If you want a little bit more, switch the feet over a little quicker. So there's only ever one foot in contact with the floor at one time. Keep breathing deeply. Couple more. Well done. Back to plank, lift the hips up high, find your downward dog. Take a deep breath here, stretch out the legs. And then walk your hands back in. And roll your way up to standing. Okay, we're going to try it one more time. Inhale, gently leaning back. Exhale, dropping down, rolling smoothly through. Hands to the floor, walk them forward. Find your chosen plank position. Can we shift the weight forwards and back? So if you're on your toes, this is an extra challenge, but you can drop the knees down if you want. And if that's all fine still, let's try it with one foot lifted off the floor without the hips lifting. So that's the tricky part. A couple of times with one leg, then we can try it on the other side. Looking great. When you're done, back to the centre, we'll just drop the knees down. Just going to sit back onto your heels, stretching your arms forward. Rest your head down. Take a little stretch out here, sitting as low onto your heels as you can. And dropping your head down. I'm just going to look towards your hands now and walk them across to the right. And then lower your head back down and feel that stretch down the left side of your body. And back to the centre and then across to the other side. Lower your head down. Dropping that right shoulder a little closer to the floor if it will go. Back to the centre, stretching your arms forward and then lifting up. And we're going to take your right foot outside of your right hand. A nice wide lunge position. And then just lean forward and back a little bit to help stretch out the hips. That's good. Quite a strong stretch there in the hamstrings as well. And then we'll just stay in that forward lunge position and take your right hand onto your right thigh. You're going to turn, look over your right shoulder, and if you're still okay with it, you can extend that arm up, looking up towards your thumb. So quite a strong twist in the spine, as well as that stretch through the hips. And release. Back down to the heels. Well done. And then over to the other side. So lifting up, step the left foot outside the left hand. Take a little stretch forwards and back. Lifting up through the hamstrings and the hips. And then we'll stay in that forward lunge position. So take your left hand onto your left thigh. Just turn to look over that shoulder and then extend that arm up. If it feels comfortable for you, looking up towards the thumb. Really opening your chest to the side of the room whilst the hips stay facing down. Well done. Bring that hand back down and step back. Sit back on the heels. Come onto your front. And the way back work. So hands start under the shoulders. Squeeze your elbows into your sides. And inhale as you lift your chest, lifting into cobra. And exhale, lowering gently back down. Inhale to lift, and exhale lower. So each time you're lifting up, think about moving on the diagonal, so you're stretching forwards as well as lifting up. And at the moment, we're using a lot of work in our arms as well to support us. So on your next go, see if you can hover your hands off the floor, so you'll feel it's much harder to get that lift as your back does all the work without support. Let's try another one like that. And then our final one with the hands supporting us so we can get a bigger range of movement. A little less work in the back, but it's a different way of working. Just slowly release back down. Tuck the toes under and gently push your way back to downward dog. Now this time we're going to lift up onto the toes. Make sure your feet are about hip distance, and then we're just going to walk on the spot. So we're pressing alternate heels down towards the floor. And if you're finding your heels are a long way away from the floor, just step your feet a little closer to your hands and see if that helps. Just so you can feel supported and you get a really nice deep stretch down the back of your legs. Okay, now we're going to keep a little bend in both knees so you can lift onto the toes. And then work on drawing your chest in the direction of your feet. And you can just kind of spring forward and back a little bit from that position. So really getting those arms extending overhead, so they're going beyond your ears. So building up some strength and mobility into the shoulders. Remember, those fingers are spread wide, so you're taking the weight away from the wrists and spreading it evenly through the hands. One more time. Now, staying with the chest in the direction of the feet, can you now straighten your legs, pushing high on the toes, and then start lowering your heels down, keeping your ankles in line, keeping your chest low. Really deep stretch down the back of the legs, lots of work in the arms and upper body. One last breath here, looking good. And then just soften the elbows and knees. We're going to walk the feet forwards towards your hands now. Keeping the feet hip distance, just let the upper body hang comfortably again. With a soft bend in the knees, we can roll the wrists around as well. And then with the tummy pulled in tightly, start rolling your way back up to standing. Head coming up last, and we should be towards the top end of your mat. Well done. Shake anything out that you need to. All feeling good? Yeah, great, fantastic. Right, now we're going to stay at the top of the mat, bringing your feet together. We're going to do some sun salutations. It's a really good way to get the whole body moving. We're going to add on some extra strength work as we go. So take a deep breath in, extending the arms up, look up to your thumbs. And then exhale as you fold all the way down over your legs. Good, now we're going to take the right leg back. So make sure your hands are touching the floor. Big lunge back with that right leg. And just hold it here for a moment. You might want to move around a little bit through the hips. Again, stretching out those hips. And then just try and make sure that your knee and your ankle are in a straight line here on that front leg. And then hands firmly pressing down. We're stepping back to downward dog again. So take that leg all the way back, that's it, lovely. And then slowly hover forwards to your plank position. Just rolling the body into line. Feel that you're lengthening through your neck as well, so it's all part of the spine. Keep your neck in line. Now we can drop the knees for our first time. You might try and keep them lifted beyond this one. We're going to just slowly tuck the elbows in as you lower your body to the floor. Put the toes away. Lift up to that cobra back bend position. And then roll your way smoothly back to downward dog. Lovely, are we there? Right, okay, well done. And then we're going to step that right foot all the way forwards between the hands. So if the foot doesn't get there first time, you can just help it into position with your hands. And again, on this side, let's just stretch out those hips a little further. A little bit of movement, whatever helps you to feel a little bit more comfortable there. And then we'll step that left foot in. So both feet are together as you fold over your legs. And then take a little bend in the knees. Inhale as you reach all the way up. Extend the arms up overhead. And exhale them back down. Lovely, that's our first round. Let's do it again on the other side. So inhale, reaching up. And exhale, folding deeply over your legs. Bending the knees whenever you need to. Inhale the right leg back. Sorry, the left leg. And now the right leg. And into downward dog. Take a deep breath here, nice stretch out from downward dog. And then using the core, slowly hover your way forward. So there's also a lot of strength in the upper body here. So this time you can drop the knees as before, or you can attempt to slowly hover down with the elbows tucking into your sides, chest is hovering above the floor, and then push the floor away as you take a stronger back bend into our upward dog. So we're just on the tops of the feet and the hands. See if you can get your knees and your hips to lift off the floor. And if that's too much, say no in cobra. And then we'll just tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, find your downward dog. Stretching out again through the legs if you want to, just any little adjustments that help you to feel more comfortable. And then on the next in-breath, take that left foot again all the way forwards to the hands. That's it. And then the right foot to join it. And inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands down. Excellent. Okay, let's go again. Inhale, lifting up. Adding on a little bit of intensity. Let's see if we can just add a little back bend here if you feel comfortable with that. Keep breathing. And on your next out breath, fold right the way down over your legs. And now this time, bring your hands onto your shins. And as you inhale, just extend your body forwards. And then exhale, fold down a little deeper over the legs. And we'll try that again. So bring the hands onto the shins. Inhale, extending forward. Using the strength in your back and your core. Exhale, folding over the legs, just letting the back of the body stretch out here. Just hold it here for another deep breath. Nice deep fold over the legs. Feel the crown of your head dropping down towards the floor. Well done. Now bend the knees, take your hands to the floor either side of your feet. Now you can just walk the feet back, or if you feel comfortable, try springing back into a plank position. See how that feels? Excellent, good landing. So stay nice and strong in your plank. Can we shift the weight forward and back again from here without the hips lifting and lowering? So staying really nice and strong, straight line position. And then slightly on the tips of the toes, we're going to hover down from there if you can. Remember, you can drop the knees if you need to. And then scoop up to either your upward dog back bend or your cobra, if that's a little more comfortable for you. And then to downward dog. Wonderful. Nice deep breath here. Okay, now we're going to lift the right leg up as high as you can get it. But work on keeping your pelvis nice and level, your shoulders level. Fantastic, just hold it here for a moment. Can you lift up onto the left toes without that leg changing the angle? Lovely, and then lower the toe, lower the heel back down again. Very nice. Now I'm going to bend that right knee, I'm going to tuck it in, and then step between the hands. So stepping that right foot all the way forward between the hands. So help it into position. We're going to stay with the feet where they are. Press into your feet so you can lift up into a high lunge position. Lovely. So, if we want to work harder, we can bend that knee to more of a right angle, but try and keep your shoulders over your hips as much as you can. Okay, from this position, we're going to try and straighten the legs, reaching up, and then circle your arms all the way down, and then come back down to that lunge, bringing the hands together. So inhale as you push up, lots of strength in the legs. Exhale, circle the arms around and drop down. One more time, push up and circle the arms around. And we're going to take the hands all the way down to the floor and step back. Lovely. Come forwards to your plank position and lower down. Inhale as you lift up to your back bend, shifting weight forwards, and then exhaling to downward dog, bringing the weight right back. I'm going to try all of that on the other side. So, left leg lifting up into the air, keeping the pelvis and the shoulders nice and level. We'll bend that knee, tuck it in, and step all the way through between the hands. So help that foot into place if it doesn't get there first go. So we want to try and keep that right angle position going on there. So press into your feet to start lifting your body up away from the floor. Extending the arms up. Well done. Let's see if we can bend even deeper. Keeping your body nice and upright. Okay, we're going to straighten the legs as you reach higher, and then circle your arms down and bend into that lunge, hands together. Well done. Inhale, push up. So we're working on balance as well as strength in the lower body and the back. One more time, pushing up, inhale. And exhale, circling down and around. Bring the hands down to the floor and step back to your downward dog. Good work. Hover forwards to plank and lower down. Inhale, scooping up to a back bend. Exhale to downward dog. Lovely. Now we're going to lift up onto the toes, bend your knees and look towards your hands, and we're going to aim to land as softly as you can between the hands. And if you want to just walk the feet forward, you can, or you can try a little spring and landing softly between the hands. Lovely. Well done. Now we're going to keep the feet together and just get to that position where your fingers are just skimming the floor. And keep your knees and your hips at that angle as you start lifting your upper body. This is our chair pose, so it's a squat position. Try to get a straight line from your tailbone up to your hands. Tucking your tummy in tightly, lifting the chest. Lots of work in the legs and glutes, and then slowly squeeze your way up. And release your arms down. Well done. Okay, now we're just going to roll back down. Together, it's a little less stable. Rolling smoothly down. Once we've got to the floor, we're going to bend the knees. And let's come to a seated position. Okay, now then, just going to hold behind your legs and take a gentle lean back And see if you can take your feet away from the floor. So I'll show you from both sides. That's it, wonderful. This is our boat pose. So try and get the shins maybe parallel to the floor and keep your body as upright as you can. So we're just finding that balance point on the sit bones and extend the legs. Lovely. Now, can we let go of the legs without losing that position? Excellent. And now, if you're still able to stay here, can you open an arm out to the side? So you're adding a little twist. Well done. Back to the centre. Lower body staying as still as possible. Other side. Open the arm out. Look back towards that hand. And back to the centre again. Try that one more time with each side. Open the arm out. Well done. Bring it back in. Last one. Stretching back. And bring it in. Can we extend the legs away? And then pull back in. You can hold on to the shins this time. Again, inhale, extend away. Exhale, pulling in. So a lot of work on the core and the abs. 2 more here. Inhale, extend away. Exhale, tuck in. Fantastic. Both looking really good there. Last one. And then we can just hug behind the knees and gently rock a couple of times along your spine. Just make sure you've got plenty of mat space behind you. Nice gentle rolls. It should feel like a nice massage on your back here. And we're just going to gently come down. 2 lines, so take your feet to the floor, knees bent, feet about hip distance, arms down by your sides. Just tilt the pelvis gently each way. And then we're going to start lifting your hips higher and higher, finding our bridge pose. So squeezing the back of the body and getting a nice stretch on the front of the body. Lifting those hips as high as you can. Take a couple of deep breaths. And on your next out breath, slowly roll your way back down. Top to bottom of the spine, rolling as smoothly as you can. Checking what we're doing for time, alright. Okay, let's just try that again. So take a deep breath in, taking a gentle arch in your lower back, and then exhale as you tuck it under. Roll your way up to the bridge position. Lovely. Now we're going to try taking one foot away from the floor. Tuck the knee in. If it feels too much, take the foot straight back down. Otherwise, we can try extending that leg up. Lovely. Can you lower the leg without your hips changing position? And then exhale, lift it back up again. Let's try that 3 more times. Inhale, lower the leg. Exhale, lift. Well done. Hips are staying at that same angle all the way through. Last one, I think. Yep, we're there. Take that foot back down. Now you can rest between sides, or you can go straight onto the other side. See how you feel. Swing that leg up if you want to. Now if it's getting too much, you can just do the leg lifts and lowers from the hips down position. Otherwise, inhale it down, exhale it up, staying in that bridge position. So keeping those hips lifted. Do 3 or 4. So that exhalation is going to help you when you're working against gravity. So as you're lifting that leg up, take a big strong exhalation. This should be our last one. We'll take that foot back down. And before we finish our bridge, see if you can just extend your arms up and overhead. This is going to feel really nice in a moment. Lift the heels off the floor. And then slowly start rolling your spine back down from top to bottom. It's going to feel really nice and long, really stretching between each vertebra. Take your time to get there. Once you're all the way down, take your arms out to the side. Let your knees drop to the right and your head the opposite way. Nice, easy twist. Helping to stretch out through the lower back, the sides, abdomen. Opening across the chest and the front of the shoulders. And back to the centre. And over to the other side. Put the knees down, turn my head the opposite way. Nice deep breath or 2 here. And back to the centre. And extend your arms overhead, point your toes away. Take a big stretch out here. Now, our time is going to be up very, very soon. If you want longer to relax, please feel free just to find a nice comfortable relaxation pose, nice open, effortless position. Just let your body release. And I will leave it there. So thank you very much.